are invited to explore the different careers in the industry, like maybe pilots or become an air traffic controller, to engineers and ground crew at the upcoming Māori and Pacific Aviation Careers Expo next week. Joining us right now to tell us more about it is Whainu'ulele ai whai e Sarah. Malo soifua and welcome to our Porokalama, Whainu'ulele.
Marore, so for Mawale Malangi Ma, John. Lovely to be here and thank you for the opportunity.
The pleasure is ours, my brother, because you're bringing some good news for the Pasifika community. But tell us, why put this on? Why the focus on the aviation sector?
No, that's good. Good question. For Pacific Growth for myself, so I'm contracted by the Ministry for Pacific Peoples as part of the Pacific Business Village. And from there is for me to engage with all our Pacifica businesses here in Bay of Plenty. And luckily, I've managed to connect with one of our Pacific business, which is JNP Aviation, which is actually quite good in the fact that we have a Pacifica business in the aviation sector. So,
Really?
and they're needing a lot of workers, they're needing a lot of support. So I thought, well, this is one way of supporting our Pacifica businesses by actually supporting them and working within our youth.
What is the bigger picture of how the situation is? Are there enough Pasifika pilots? Do you think there is a need for more? Especially not just pilots, but I mentioned some of the other jobs that go into helping us travel better and those who are on the ground at the airports.
Yeah, and I think that's where our people are not actually in aviation, is because when you think of aviation, first thing that comes to mind is pilot and actually flight attendant. But in fact, there's actually a lot of other areas in aviation that they can actually get themselves into, not just pilot. So that's why I'm excited to actually bring this to our Māori and Pacifica students in high schools, because I'm working with 16 different aviation businesses to bring this to light, not just pilot, but as there's also other like ground maintenance, aircraft maintenance, IT, even the New Zealand Defence Force, as well as Becca. So Becca is an engineering firm. You think, oh, what's they got to do with aviation? But they actually have, they are working in Samoa with the airport and other, like in Tonga as well, but in the airport side of things. So we have engineers that are in the aviation sector that, hey, our youth, our people, can actually benefit from actually talking to these people.
Wow, that is really awesome. And tell me about some of the things that those who will be attending, what will be on offer or what will they get to experience on the day?
No, that's good. So look, on the day, it's about so we're all in one space. So we're at the Tauranga Aero Club, the hangar, which so all these other 60 businesses will set up their booths or their stations, and our Pacific businesses, also our Pacific Māori and Pacific youth, will get to talk to them one on one at a basis. And also sometimes when you go to these expos, you just go and listen to the expert talk. So after the second talk, you kind of get bored. But as Pacifica, Māori and Pacifica people, we're doers. We learn by doing things. So when you're tuning up, there'll be an aircraft outside, so you get to tinkle with the aircraft. You get to play with the drones. So, and also because it's at the airport, you will hear the plane land and and
Like the
actually
real
take off.
thing.
The real thing. Yeah, you can also smell the fume that's coming from the aeroplane and when they take off. So it's those lasting moments that you want to imprint on our youth so that they can, when they go back to school, they can actually start talking about it. But also the fire service will be there as well. So they've got a cannibal sort of, if there's any fire at the airport, that they've got this massive, like
Nice.
a gun. So shooting the water out, it's capturing that attention. But again, they're not there to listen to anyone. They're actually there to experience and explore and actually touch it, feel it, smell it, hear it. So that's what we need to obviously capture from our youth.
And if you're excited as I am, hearing about this, whaamole mole lawa fionga, whainuulele, please tell us, how can people get along to this? I know there is a registration process.
Y- Yeah, so the registration is all about just about the numbers, so they can have an idea of the numbers that who's going to be turning up on the day. But look, this is open to Māori and Pacifica, anyone that actually wants to get into the aviation sector, and also one of the things that kind of excites me is that JNP Aviation operates in 20 different airports in the country. So J&P Aviation is owned by a Niuean, a Maoli Niuean.
Let's go. Go anywhere.
And he's actually purchased a plane of Air New Zealand. And
That's
then
so cool.
so what's happening is that this plane is actually being reconstructed on site, and we have a Pacifica business that's actually designing the tail of the plane. So in this plane, once it's all up and running, it'll be parked up at the airport. So when you fly out of Tauranga, you will see a Pacifica new way in design
I
at a
love it.
plane that will be parked at the airport. And the beauty about J&P Aviation is that they have just formed a training school, so like a training, so they do all the groundworks, so and it's actually building up our presence, our availability to our Pacifica and Māori people to say, hey, we can do this and we can be in this sector, and it's unlimited. So that's why
Marvelous.
I'm really excited to bring this to our youth, and also to say that, hey, coming soon there will be a Pacifica plane owned by a Pacifica and Māori business, parked up at the airport, so you can see and when you come in and go out of Tauranga.
Wow, my inner pilot in me is like really gearing up. I'm so excited. I want to come along. So if you're listening in and you're in the Tauranga area, or if you just want to fly in for the day, it's happening Thursday, the 23rd of March, which is next Thursday from 10 until 2 p.m. 10 in the morning until 2 p.m. That's happening at the Tauranga Aero Club Hangar, 240 Aerodrome Road over in Tauranga. So if you want more information, just email hi-fi at pacificgrowth.co.nz. So that's AIFAI at pacificgrowth.co.nz. Malo apito la fionga whainuulele. Congratulations to you and the team, and very excited for what's to come
Yeah.
with the
Now, listen, I
Māori.
also
Yes?
can I just add thing as well, John, is that so with aviation, so as I said, we have, if you go anywhere in the country, we have airports. So there's an aviation. So we have an opportunity for our people to actually be in this sector. And if we don't do anything now, we're still having to try to find people. But so they operate. There's 20 airports in the country, but if the OSU own aviation, our youth can actually take this anywhere in the world. So aviation's anywhere in the world, but most importantly, I believe that it may not be our next generation, but it'll be our grandchildren's generation that will migrate back to the islands. So when they do go back to the islands, they actually can take these skills and actually back in there as well. So
Maria.
that's why I'm really excited to change the narrative for our people to say, hey, Bay of Plenty, especially in Bay of Plenty, that some of our families in the kiwi fruit orchards, so we need to change that now so that the next generation can be in aviation and actually be able to grow and actually, not only growing their knowledge of aviation, but also growing their wallet as well. Because if you're a like a chief flight so a air tower controller, a starting rate for an air tower controller is $95,000, with a year's training. And obviously you've got to go through, some pathways, but it's an opportunity. It's a, we talk about prosperity, but prosperity isn't about money. It's about, about doing the things that we love, doing the things that we're good at, so that the next generation, will have a pathway that not having to work in the kiwi fruit in the cold or when it's raining, but actually be at the airport, controlling the airport, and hopefully one day be like J&P Aviation, owning a plane,
I love it.
So and that's why that we really need to get our students involved in these things earlier on. And also, there's a shortage of pilots, short of people for the airport, So, why not change the narrative for us for the future?
Absolutely, and great opportunities there for our kāinga who are tuning in right now. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to dust off my private jet that I haven't used in the last 50,000 decades. So I can fly there and then maybe walk back from Tauranga. Thank you, Tapwala. You were going to come with me, but you're not coming with me on my private jet plane that's edible. Anyway, we're moving right along. It's now 5 minutes to 4, but from us here in Tāmaki Makaurau to you in Tauranga, ofalahi atu, whainuulele, and all the very best. Let us know how it goes in the near future.
Ka tailava.
Manuia le afiafi. Ho e ki pa moe kakai whanua na mo toki mea